Break the crystal, and I'll spare her, or let her die with your kingdom. Erynn gripped his father's sword. Vyrnax, the crystal flared, projecting a vision. A colossal dragon, with scales like shattered ice, trapped in a prison of glowing chains. "I swear it," he whispered. But as the Heartfrost's light dimmed, a shadow stirred deep beneath the ice. A low, rumbling growl. Erynn gripped his father's frost-rimmed sword, its hilt etched with swirling runes. The Frostbound King, a tale of ice, fire, and sacrifice. The oath, the wind howled through the glacial peaks of Glacia, biting at young Erynn's cheeks as he knelt beside his dying father. King Erynn Frostveil lay in the snow, his blood staining the ice crimson, his hand clutching a shard of glowing blue crystal. The Heartfrost. "Never wake the dragon," Erynn rasped, his breath fogging in the cold. "Promise me, Erynn, protect Glacia without Vyrnax." Erynn gripped his father's frost-rimmed sword, its hilt etched with swirling runes. "I swear it," he whispered. But as the Heartfrost's light dimmed, a shadow stirred deep beneath the ice, a low, rumbling growl that vibrated in Erynn's bones. The drip of doom. 20 years later, the drip of melting ice echoed through the ice citadel like a ticking clock. King Erynn Frostveil stood atop the battlements, his gaze fixed on the horizon where plumes of black smoke stained the sky. The glacial walls of Glacia, once unyielding fortresses of frost, now wept rivers of water. "They've breached the southern pass," Captain Velen reported, her armor scorched. "Kaelthar's war machines are burning through the ice. We can't hold them." Erynn's hand tightened on his father's sword, still sheathed at his side. "Evacuate the eastern villages and bring Lira to the vault." Velen's eyes narrowed. "The Frost Guard needs you. Here." "If the Heartfrost falls," Erynn interrupted, "nowhere will be safe." The vault's whisper. The vault was a cathedral of ice, its walls shimmering with veins of blue crystal. At its heart hovered the Heartfrost, pulsing like a frozen star. 12-year-old Lira pressed her palm to the crystal, her breath catching as frost spiraled up her arm. "It's talking again," she said as Erynn entered. "The walls, they keep showing me a dragon." Erynn stiffened. "Dragons are stories, Lira, nothing more." "Then why does the Heartfrost hiss his name?" Vyrnax, the crystal flared, projecting a vision. A colossal dragon, with scales like shattered ice, trapped in a prison of glowing chains. His roar shook the vault, and Lira stumbled back. "Papa, what is that?" Erynn's face paled. "A mistake. The dragon's wake." The citadel shuddered as Kaelthar's magma cannon struck the gates. Erynn stood before the Heartfrost, his father's sword trembling in his hand. "I'm sorry, father," he murmured, and plunged the blade into the crystal. The Heartfrost screamed. Ice exploded outward, and the vault filled with a blizzard. When the storm cleared, Vyrnax loomed above them, a living avalanche with eyes like blue fire. "You swore never to wake me, Frostveil," the dragon hissed, frost spreading from his claws. "Save Glacia," Erynn demanded, "and I'll pay your price." Vyrnax's gaze slid to Lira. "Her." "No!" Erynn drew his dagger, but Kaelthar's magma whip cracked through the vault, striking Erynn's chest. He collapsed, screaming, as Lira lunged forward. "Stop," she cried. "I'll do it." Vyrnax's talon pierced her palm. Ice crawled up her arm, her veins glowing blue. "Little queen," the dragon purred in her mind, "let's freeze the world." The Frost Queen's gambit, Lira, rode Vyrnax into a sky choked with fire. Below, Kaelthar's molten golems melted the Frost Guard into puddles. "You think a child can stop me?" Kaelthar bellowed, hurling a fireball. Lira raised her hands, and the Glacia moved. Ice spikes impaled golems. Blizzards swallowed flames, but with every spell, her skin cracked, frost bleeding from her fingertips. "You're weakening," Vyrnax taunted. "Let me in." "No," she hissed, freezing a magma wave mid-air, but the dragon's laughter echoed louder. The Heartfrost's life and crawled through the citadel's underbelly, blood seeping from his burns. He found the Heartfrost's core, a frozen dragon's claw gripping the crystal. "You lied," he spat. "The Heartfrost wasn't protecting us, it was caging you." Vyrnax's voice boomed through Lira, who hovered above the battlefield, her eyes fully blue. "Break the crystal, and I'll spare her, or let her die with your kingdom." Erynn gripped his father's sword. "The last Frostveil." "Do it, Papa," Lira whispered, her voice breaking through the dragon's snarl. "I'm not afraid." Tears froze on Erynn's cheeks. "I am." He drove the sword into the Heartfrost. Light erupted, the same blue glow that had claimed his father. The crystal shattered, and Vyrnax screamed, his form dissolving into mist. Kaelthar's fire magic recoiled, incinerating him. Lira fell from the sky, her frost fading. Erynn caught her, cradling her scarred, icy hand. "He's gone," she rasped, "but the cold, it's still inside me." Epilogue. The thaw, years later, spring came to Glacia. Snowdrops bloomed where glaciers once stood, and children laughed in meadows of green. Lira, now queen, tended a garden of frost blossoms, the only ice that remained. Erynn watched her, his hair silver, his father's sword reforged into a plow. "The cold is part of me," she said, smiling as a snowflake danced on her palm. "But so is the warmth." Some claimed they saw a girl riding the northern winds, her laughter echoing in blizzards. And deep beneath the citadel, in the shadows where the Heartfrost once glowed, a single blue eye flickered open.
If you like the video and want to see more videos, subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon.